Tonight's episode of Gallia Kills Everything brought to you by Railroad Spikes. Railroad Spikes. They're big, they're heavy, they're what you like. You can hold it together with a railroad spike. So here we are in beautiful downtown Cursed Gotham City where we're going to fight the Moon-touched Gorgon. Now, this is the episode 46, Cursed Gotham City. I specify that mostly from the standpoint of clarifying. Simply from the standpoint that this seems to happen in Gotham City a lot. For some odd reason, it seems to be a magnet for the supernatural. This is the supernatural where Hecate came in, not where Trigon came in, and not where all magic went to shit and Faust had to be spanked because he went to Limbo Town and decided to mess with Clarion's family. Now, the fight is pretty straightforward. Moon-touched Gorgon is a very basic bounty. It's one of the two big bads inside of the open world version of this content, and it is not all that difficult to beat. It does have a couple of very nasty close range attacks. You do want to kind of stay away from it. As you can see, her big tail flops there, massive sweeps. She doesn't really have a codified fighting style like hand blast or brawling or anything else like that. I wouldn't advise playing any sort of counter footsies with her because it's just going to hurt. The other thing she can do, as you can see there, is she can turn you into a rock. And she is fond of doing that. Now, when she does that, it's going to hurt, and it's also going to prevent you from moving, which is going to hurt even more. Her third attack, which you probably noticed a moment ago, and I'll point it out to you again here in a moment when it happens again, she also has a bow. That bow crafts arrows. The arrows also continue moving. Very simple stuff. Now, she can summon ads, her little stone Olympian friends. Those things have problems of their own, and we'll point that out here in a moment as well. But for the most part, this isn't really a hard to manage fight. You're going to want to make sure that you have a decent mitigation method. You are definitely going to want to make sure that you follow the #1 rule, stay mobile, or you will die. But if you can do those two things and just pay attention to the ads just to keep them from adding up, haha, you see what I did there? You'll be fine. Very, very straightforward fight aside from that. Now, there's that purple ring, boom, there's those arrows. This is the other thing that her little stone friends can do. If you see that red ring on the ground, that means shrapnel. Whatever's currently in the center of that ring is going to blow up. If you're still in that ring when it blows up, you're going to take damage. One of the nice things about the Gorgon is she doesn't have any distinct one-hit kills, so there's no absolute block or die requirements throughout the fight. The less nice thing about the Gorgon is not only can she paralyze you like she did there a moment ago, but her attacks are pretty much constant. She's going to continue hitting you. She's going to continue hitting you. She's going to continue summoning guys. They're going to continue hitting you. As long as you can remember those big three things, stay mobile, clear the dance floor, and move when you see the rings appear on the ground, you should be good to go. As for the fight itself, usually I tell a story about the creature in question here. If you don't know what a Gorgon is, you have Google, bro. At some point in time, prior to now, you have to have been exposed to Greek mythology, and if you weren't, may I present you with a great jumping off point. Now, this bounty, again, this is the easier of the two big bads in the area. It does have a counter feat associated with it, so she is spammable to get you some of those feat points, turn those things into skill points, buff it up. The bounty itself does have a relatively standard sort of vibe to it. You get a box, marks, hey, there's stuff in the box. Very, very simple stuff. And as you can see here, the fight is not all that long. We've only been here for about 3 or 4 minutes at this point in conversation, and she is coming down to a close here. She does take damage pretty fast. This is a solid mid-carder, I guess. Once you fight this a time or two, you're not going to need people to fight it with you anymore. This is something that you should always be able to kind of beat yourself as long as you have a good mitigation method figured out on your character. You're not playing with day 1 equipment or anything else like that. You should be fine. I say should be because who knows?
My arrows
He could
fly
wander in
true.
there. She could be channeling the spirit of good old Jean-Claude Van
It is
Damme, and
foolish to stand
one
before
roundhouse
me.
kick and a splits later, there you are on the ground. But should be okay. That's the operative term. Now we're wrapping her up here. Boop boop boop.
My new
This is one of my
Avoid her
favorite
gaze.
builds. This is Might Fire Tank. I use this because it's mobile. It has very, very good damage output for a battle tank, but it still retains good mitigation, similar from the standpoint that most of her mitigation in this particular build comes directly
Batman
from
sent
the
ya, huh?
red tornado
Aw,
giving you
even
that
my
health back.
best.
All right, that's the fight. Good fight. Good night. Thank you again. Hit like, hit subscribe, do whatever you want. I'm not here to judge. But join us next time in the old Gallia Kills Everything for another exciting episode of violence against cartoon criminals. Have a good night, folks.